a surprise attack has been reported. This time it's not in the Atlantic, this time it's in the Pacific. And actually, it would be a report about a ship that wouldn't be from Venezuela, but from Colombia. It would be the first attack carried out on the Pacific Ocean side. And, according to the report, it would be a ship that was trafficking illegal substances. The incident happened on Tuesday night, but it's only now being reported off the coast of South America. 2 United States officials confirmed. They confirmed this to Columbia Broadcasting System News. So far, the United States had only conducted earlier attacks in the Caribbean. This makes this new operation a significant expansion of the theater of operations. Columbia Broadcasting System reports that between 2 and 3 people had lost their lives aboard the attacked ship. The nationality and identities are unconfirmed, but they are believed to be from Colombia. It would have to be confirmed whether they are from Colombia, Ecuador, or some other country. Donald Trump's administration reportedly notified the United States Congress that it is involved in a non-international armed conflict against drug cartels, which legally legitimizes their attacks, according to the interpretation of Trump's government. The ship's country of origin isn't specified, but the attack raises diplomatic concerns in Latin America since foreign ships are being targeted. We'll have to see if this country is going to react or not. Regardless of whether they're doing illegal things or not, they're being shot at and eliminated. The news, now spread by Columbia Broadcasting System News and now, well, already picked up by many other outlets, will be showing possibly reactions from Latin America, maybe even reaching the United Nations. The authorities currently won't disclose where they were from or which country, possibly because it could be a partner nation. Analysts believe that this strategy of pressuring the cartels to attack, and not only, let's say, the entry points to the United States, but attacking even thousands of kilometers away from the United States, obviously sets a dangerous precedent for international rights. That's why more transparency and detailed information are being requested. Newsweek and other international media outlets are also maintaining this coverage practically minute by minute due to the importance of this issue. Meanwhile, let's see what's happening in Venezuela, because interesting things are happening there too. The Minister of Defense of Venezuela, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, made a strong accusation, but this time against the opposition in Venezuela. He said that they act as a fifth column for North American imperialism. He says this is no longer domestic politics but rather an attack on sovereignty, he declares. From the military academy, Padrino states that these opposition groups are promoting sanctions, invasions, and destabilization of the country. This directly concerns the Bolivarian National Armed Forces. When called to defend the homeland, this becomes a matter for them. Sentence. And in the face of this, in response to this comment made by Padrino Este himself, there's a point that stands out. Is this possibly a sign that we're going to see more and more repression? They're giving us the signal that if you're from the opposition, if you think differently, if you act differently from the government, from what Nicolas Maduro wants. So, possibly it's the classic, you're either with me or against me. Although it's not mentioned directly, the 3 American B-52 bombers that flew over the Caribbean nearby. Venezuela assured that the country is monitoring the entire airspace of the Caribbean. The defense minister reports the neutralization of 411 aircraft linked to drug trafficking and the destruction of 6 clandestine runways in the past week. These are part of the actions that they supposedly maintain against organized crime. Now it turns out that, according to Padrino, they are acting against organized crime. It's a movement that, well, wants to more or less send a signal to the United States that they really would be doing something. And in the end, the movement, Maduro's strategy is on several fronts. One is giving weapons to his most loyal followers and, let's say, forming a kind of civilian militia. On the other hand, they're also sending displays of force, with amphibious vehicles, with planes, with constant images of military movements. They're even putting up these so-called dragon's teeth in certain places in Caracas. If they attempt to enter the United States with tanks or amphibious vehicles, All of this is part of these military operations to reinforce the possibility that if the United States enters, they'll be more or less prepared. Meanwhile, you can see this flight, a crash, a flight in which a small plane from over there, well, at this moment we're going to cut, let's cut there. This plane, as you can see, completely turned over. Let's stop it right there. Unfortunately, 2 people lost their lives in this situation. It's unclear why the pilot made this maneuver. It's so strange whether something failed in the small plane, but he tried to take off from San Cristobal. And then this accident happened during the Costa Rica earthquake yesterday. Well, more images keep coming out where you can see this movement from yesterday, October 21st, on security cameras. Of a 6.1, although the United States Geological Survey says it was a 5.9. Well, we can say it was an earthquake of about 6, according to the reports. And well, it felt strong. Let's say it felt even more intense. Apparently, it didn't cause any major structural damage. They have also detained Brother Wang. This alleged associate of Mexican cartels was reportedly arrested in Cuba. He fled from Mexico City, according to reports, and now it seems the Cubans have him in custody. Yes, Don San, a Chinese citizen, is accused by United States authorities of leading a transnational criminal organization dedicated to trafficking and money laundering. He was arrested in Cuba, a country that reportedly detained him for having a fake passport. Previously, he had also tried unsuccessfully to enter Russia. The Cuban authorities are keeping San in custody while they conduct an interrogation. Mexico hopes that, once the procedure is completed, C will be handed over and extradited, where he could be extradited to the United States. I think he might go to Mexico instead of the United States. The point is that this person, known as Brother Wang or the Chinese or Nelson Mandela, had been held and detained in Mexico City in October 2024. However, in July 2025, he managed to escape while he was under house arrest at his home. Definitive. School. That the 5 alone houses because of looking at themselves. That mentioned detainees in this, you want Ministry of Defense table biologist.